Welcome, everybody. It's Talking Pirates, and it's brought to you by SoccerBeat. And I'm Peter Du Toit. I've come off the bench because Benny McCarthy has made Kenya train while the game's been on, and therefore Manib is on the training field. So, guys, sorry, you don't have Slim Cut. I'm not as crazy, but you got Cheezboy Mokoena with us. Cheese Pirates, man, Pirates did very well. They came into town, they did the business, and they've got out of town. 10 out of 10. Very impressed. Cheese, before we start, though, guys out there, please, Pirates fans, SoccerBeat fans, Talking Pirates fans, it's very easy. Just press the like, press the subscribe. It makes us very, very happy. It's just saying thank you, and we really appreciate it. Cheese, let's talk about the game. First of all, this game, it could have been a banana peel game. New coach comes in, Luke Wheel comes in, Timoy's off the board, nothing to lose. This was a banana peel game, but Pirates came in, did the business.
Pirates is like, you know what, Peter? Pirates is like Shield. They are fresh and extra cool. You can tell the boys are having fun. Could have scored a lot of goals, but you know what? That's something that it's been a concern. Take your chances, bury the game. And it's something that they need to work on. Yes, they scored 3 goals, clean sheet, good for the team, good confidence. Every player that has played their part. I mean, they were just excellent today. Pirates was excellent today, Peter. We just needed more goals, but yeah, good performance by the team.
Good. I think this game, as much dominance they had and the chances they created, because it's the coach at this stage of his time with Pirates, it's a 3-0. If Pirates continue like this, the same scenario, a month into the season, 2 months into the season, this is a 7-0. That's how much better. It was men against boys. They had 1 or 2 chances. Still worried a bit about crosses coming in. That time, the ball bouncing over the keeper's head there. I'm just still worried about crosses, but 2 young centre-backs. But there's another 3 centre-backs waiting to come in. All of them good in the area as well. So I'm not worried about that. So first point I want to make, Cheesy, to you, that this game could have been a 6-7-0. That's the first thing. Second thing, let's look at this team that played today. You could have put another 11 players in this team, and they would have done the same job. Players came off the bench, improved the team, certainly didn't weaken the team. This Pirates squad, Cheese, in my opinion, I would like to hear your opinion, and I would like to hear the viewers' opinions out there as well in the comment section, is I think this Pirates squad, I know it's a big statement, is the best squad in the PSL right now. It's better than the Sundowns squad. They've been weakened, Ribeiro gone, Madao, and they've lost a lot of players. They don't have the depth. Got a lot of youngsters as well sitting there. This Pirates squad is the best squad. Chiefs' squad's improved as well, but Pirates squad is the best squad. Would you agree with that statement?
I'll agree with you, Peter, because I think the depth of the squad, I think they've got enough quality. Like you said, they can put another 11 players there and they can still go out and do the job. You still had a Rele that's on the bench. Mbule comes in. Mbata had an excellent game. There's always like for like. Moremi came in off the mark, got his goal, and I think this is set for a good season for Orlando Pirates. I think it's going to be up to them to keep the consistency. And they mustn't just get everything over their heads now and like, okay, we won the game, everything's going to be easy now. No. For them now, they set the bar. If they set the bar, everybody's going to be coming for Pirates, and I think they got a good squad. I mean, you talk about Sundowns. I mean, they don't have Mshishi, they don't have Ribeiro, and then they don't look the sort of the Sundowns we all know. But talking about Orlando Pirates, I think they've been excellent. They've been excellent, Peter. And I just love as well Libito. I mean, fullback. Oh, what a game he had after so long out, but came in, did nothing wrong. He played an excellent game. 2 centre backs, Siema, the young boys there. Very, very, very quality, and you still have other centre backs. You have Ndar waiting there. You have Koki there waiting, Sibisi as well. So I think Pirates is the most balanced team currently that I pick up. And I'm sure, there is going to be more success for the club. And what I like as well is the brotherhood that I saw as well, impressed with Tito. You can tell, when you score a goal, you want to celebrate with the whole team. I saw that. You could tell with the expressions of the guys that, we are one family.
Yeah, the whole bench. You talk about centre-back Sesane, you left him out. I mean, he's top class.
Oh,
he's there as well.
Yeah.
Just think about it. You've got 3 top right backs. There's Van Rooyen's injured. Then you can bring in Lebitse. Then you got Shandu comes to the bench. Every position, even left back's got 2. But with Otto, you can play. You can cut him in 4 or 5 positions. But geez, the other point I want to make is that this season, I think Pirates fans, Chiefs fans, and Sundowns fans, and just ordinary South African football fans, we're in for a bumper season. This season, Chiefs, Pirates, and Sundowns are going to challenge for this league. Chiefs squad is much better as well. Manib is not here. He would throw things at me
Yeah.
to hear me say that. I'm sorry, Manib. But
Yeah.
there's going to be a bumper season. Chiefs, Pirates, and Sundowns fighting for the league. So I'm very excited about that. I want to talk about one player in particular before we get into more detail about this game. Appollis. I thought he had a very good game, for 3/4 of this game. When the third goal was scored, he exploded. He came to life. It was the Appollis we know. He was going left wing, getting the ball in midfield, in the middle, twisting, turning, creating opportunities. Created another opportunity there for, I think it was Moremi should have scored. But he started causing untold problems. He looked like the player that we bought for Pirates. He looked like that player. And that's exciting. I mean, Pirates have got 4 quality wingers. Moffat King, Appollis, it's really incredible what's happening there. But if you look at the side, where did you see? Let's look at the negative. Where did you see? What weaknesses did you see, if any?
What they can work on, Peter, and it's something that we always talk about, is the set pieces that they can't deal with certain, with certain crosses from the sides, side free kicks. Something they really need to work on, and then also for them, the corners that they take. Apollos, the quality is not so good in terms of the set piece. They need to make that count. They need to make it count, because there's going to be certain games where you're just going to need one set piece to win you the game, and that's just the weakest point of Orlando Pirates, but the energy is fantastic, Peter. The pressing, Mahopa, excellent, my concern is what I'm talking about right now. The set pieces, Peter, those balls coming into the box. I think if Chippa had a little bit more quality in terms of that, they could have hurt Pirates in that aspect. But, it's something that they need to work on. And I'm sure the coach is aware as well that that's a thing they need to work on, because they got quality all around, They you can change the type of football they want to play. If you bring in Mbule to calm things down, I mean, you had Mbata and Nduli, they can say we're still waiting for Cash to come back. So it's gonna be a bumper season, Peter, and I'm happy as well. I know Munip will be angry a little bit about it, but I think Chiefs is also on the right track. I think it's good to see these big clubs coming in and giving us the good type of football that we want to see, and especially for the fans. One thing about the fans, Peter, they are filling up the stadiums. I'm telling you, Betway with Siboni say giving them 10,000 best dressed. Aye, fill up the stadium, guys.
Geez, I think right now, not only have Pirates got the best squad in the country, Pirates are the best supported team in the country if you look at stadium attendance. Stadium attendance, I think Pirates are the best supported team in the country right now. And that's a challenge to Sundowns supporters. Your team actually deserves more of you going to the stadium. And Chiefs supporters are going to start coming back in big numbers now, because, 5 games, no goals against them and unbeaten. That's obviously tremendous. I can't wait for the first derby. Going back to this game, just I agree with you totally. Big weakness, free kicks. But that can be against us. The important thing, though, Nadar, when he comes back, he's very good at attacking the ball and good on the ground and experienced. So I think he will calm that, because there's 2 young players there. So I think, and he brings in that extra height. I also agree with you in our attacking, when we've got the ball from corners and that, we seem to waste these. But these things that we need to work on, because we've got good players who are good on the ball, with like Mbule and Appollis for free kicks and Mofokeng and so on. I think we just need to calm down in those areas. A question though, from today's game, Cheese. I would have thought that today's game was a big opportunity for Evidence to actually get himself into more goal-scoring positions. What I worry about Evidence is he does a lot of runs to create space for people, and he's very good at that. And he plays with his back to the goal, very good at that. But this is a game where Chippa were 6s and 7s, and we were taking them apart. I think he can get himself in better goal-scoring positions, and I think that's something that the coach has got to work on with him. You got to want to score goals. I was a striker. You got to be angry when you come off the field with not scoring a goal, especially when the team wins 3-0. You almost, strikers, when we get into the dressing room, the team wins 3-0, we haven't scored. Yes, we're happy, but in our heads we're going, damn it, we're strong in that. I should have scored. Believe it or not, strikers, if the team loses 3-2 and they score 2 goals, sometimes strikers are going, well, you know what, I scored 2 goals. I'm happy. That's my worry about evidence. Mabasa brings that to the team. He's more of a goal scorer, but he's not as mobile. And you got Radio Pane, who is quick, he's clever, but he doesn't seem to finish, and he doesn't seem physical enough. Is that the one weakness area, or should the team persevere more with Mabasa? What is your thoughts here? Using today's game, and not being unfair to evidence because he works incredibly hard. Where is the solution there? Because that's, goals is you want somebody to be able to sneak in a goal when you're not playing well.
Exactly, Peter. I think you hit it spot on there. I feel like, and we spoke about it, like they're not. You have to, as a striker, you have to be greedy at some stages, and I just feel like sometimes evidence wants to share the cake too much. Sometimes when you're in the box, you got to be deadly because you might get just one chance in the match, and you are only judged by scoring goals. And if you're not scoring goals, that running and pressing, that goes out the window, because what we want to see from you is you scoring the goals. And yes, with Mabasa and Mahopa, they're not scoring enough, Peter, and they need to want it, They need to tell their teammates, hey, Baba, put this thing in the box. I need to score. I mean, a game like Chippa, as a striker, I should be feeling, hey, maybe I've hit 5 on target, but I need to get 1. I need to get 1 in the back of the net. Yes, the other work, working around the other players, assisting. Yes, he gave an assist to Tito, but there was a chance he got. Why pass the ball to Tito again? Go on your own. Score. That brings the confidence to you as a striker, because there are going to come games whereby you are going to need your striker to score the goals. And that's something that they need to work on. And I'm sure the coach is doing it. But he just needs to smell it, Peter. He needs to, sometimes he's not in the right areas. Mahopa, when last did he score with his head? I can ask him that. When last did you score with your head? You got the height, but you don't put yourself in positions. You got a quality player like Appollis, Moremi, they can bring in, but be between the fullback and the center back. Wait for the cross. Mahopa is always outside the box, but you're not going to score when you do that, and that's just one thing he needs to work on.
I can tell you as a striker, when the ball's out wide, you've got only two things you've got to look at. You're either going near post or you're going far post. And you're not going a straight line. If you're in far post, you start off at the near post and you make a looping run and you're at the far post. They can't pick up. And if you're going to go to near post, you're starting from far post and you're going flat out. So if the cross comes, you can just hit it and at least deflect in the net or somebody else. I don't see enough of that happening. And that means he's not a natural striker. The question to ask you then, who out of Mabasa and Evidence would get more goals if they started regularly? In other words, because the transfer window is almost over, I don't think they're going to bring in a striker. If you had to put a picture between the two of them, I think the coach has got to make a decision and say, right, this is the one who's going to bring me goals. Or if he's not going to bring goals, he's going to bring goals for the team, but particularly want him to score as well. I think he's got to say, instead of swapping these around, he's got to say, right, someone's starting and he's playing 65 minutes. After 65 minutes, I bring the other one on. Who would be the guy you bring on a start with for the first 65 minutes at least out of the two
Well,
of them?
I would still go with Evidence. It's just the small things that he needs to work on, because I just love his work rate as well. He just needs to sort out his positioning in terms of when they attack. He must be in the box. He's always out the box. Mabasa, yes, I like him as well, but he's more of a striker that likes to be in the box. And when he does not get the service, he gets frustrated. He can't create sometimes as a striker, you must create for yourself, Peter. 1-on-1, take your defender, try turn, be on the shoulder. I've never seen much of that. Try receive between the center backs, receive, face the goalkeeper 1-on-1. It's always in front of the defender. There's always 3 movements as a striker. There's one behind the line, you come in front, the one in between the defenders. I hardly see Evidence do that, but I would go with Evidence. Why? Because he works really hard, and sometimes he does not get the credit or the assists that he needs from his teammates. He works for his teammates as well, but as a striker, I think Evidence for me can always start, and it's something that Pirates need to also look now. They need to look for a striker going forward, because yes, the competition is good between Evidence and Mabasa, but some they get too comfortable and too relaxed. Okay, Mabasa is going to start, or I'm going to come in second half. They need another competitive player that's going to really push them in terms of goal scoring.
Yeah, I agree with you. So there you go. I think Mabasa's got more goals in him, but I hear what you're saying. I really think the message out to Ivan, to the boss. So, your message to Irvin Khoza is sign. I know you got Radio Pane. He's one for the future. You've got Evidence and Mabasa there, but you need somebody that as Mark Williams says, someone who can set fire in that kitchen.
In the
Someone
kitchen.
who can get 15 to 22 goals a season.
Yeah.
And I
True.
don't think we're going to find that person in South Africa. Maybe just before the window closes, Pirates have got to look for somebody outside of South Africa. But we'll put our heads together and think if we can see somebody in South America that's available. Get the Sundowns guys to do the scouting for us. But everybody's searching for that kind of striker. Chiefs, anything else before we go?
Don't forget, always have your shield on, eh? Have your shield on, because Pirates this season is very, very, very dangerous. They're like this thing, eh? I'm out, Peter.
Give me a spray there, Cheesy. Give me a spray.
Let
Guys,
me.
I'm a Buccaneer. Fantastic. 3-0. Could have been 7. Next time. And don't forget to join us for the rest of the week. We've got tops every single day. We've got a top show for you every single day. We look forward to Bafana. Support Bafana. Cheese. We're out.
Danko.
Hey.
SoccerBeat,